Nah, for sure. That's real though. That's real. And like I told you, bro, like um I was named after my grandfather. His middle name was David, but unfortunately I was not able to uh have my grandparents in my life to soak up, any type of knowledge or I know everybody, like if they don't have a good relationship with their parents, they got a good relationship with their grandparents for sure. For sure. If your mom ain't take care of you, then you was with your granny for sure. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole different upbringing because why? That's a whole different generation. Like your mom is a different generation, but two generations back, that's a whole different vibe that you're gonna grow up with. A whole different structure, whole different boundaries, bro. Whole type of different living. You know what I'm saying? Whole different mindset. It's just different. So I wish that I had that. And I don't know. I have an old soul. So maybe that may be me sharing my name with my grandfather. Maybe that's, him coming out in me in a way. You know what I'm saying? But either way though, is overly important for us to if you can't like, bro, listen, if I can't do nothing for my son, bro, I know for a fact that when he's able to really be able to really perceive things and in the mindset of what he want to do in life, I know for a fact if I can't leave you no land, if I can't leave you no money, if I can't leave you nothing, I for sure can leave you some knowledge that will make you not necessarily rich, but you'll be good, bro. You'll be comfortable for sure. I got that right now. So I feel like, now it's just time to expand and get the other physical things too though. You feel me?
I feel you. I feel you. And before and a great place to start is to let the past be the past. That's where we're fucking up at, as far as generational gems go. Our grandparents didn't have the privilege of saying let the past be the past. Because they were constantly being reminded every day that they are being scrutinized, they're being challenged, they are not playing a fair game. But our parents, our parents, our grandparents should have told our parents, even though even though we're not playing a fair game, I still want you to learn the game. So that when you have kids, now your kids can turn the tide of the game. There has to be somebody that plays the game, there has to be somebody that learns from the game, and then last but not least, there has to be somebody that takes over the game. That's how it has to work. But we don't give ourselves that reprieve because we want to be the ones that take over the game. Everybody cannot take over the game. Some people have to learn it. Some people have to bump their heads a little bit. But our grandkids, this is what I'm talking about with generational wealth. Once again, generational gems. Once again, and when we're talking about wealth, we're not just talking about a dollar. We're talking about instilling true humanity from child to child, generation to generation. So, with that being said, we have not given ourselves the proper we have not given ourselves what is the word I'm looking for? We have not given ourselves proper uh reparations. This is how you give proper reparations to yourself. Even though they think we want money, no. No, 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 no. What I'm gonna leave for my kids is knowledge. What I'm gonna leave for my kids is discipline. What I'm gonna leave for my kids is a true understanding that even though the game is not in your favor, play the game and learn it. Learn it. Play the game and learn it. That is a generational gem. In other words, I if my granddaddy ran down the street and got bit by a dog, My mother ran down the street, got bit by this same fucking dog. What should I go down that street? No, I shouldn't. You shouldn't go down that street. So, with that being said, my granddaddy bumped his head. My mama seen that my granddaddy bumped his head, but because she wanted to be the one to get past the dog, she ran out there before learning the dog. The dog only comes out at 12 o'clock. Why the fuck are we walking to the store at 12 o'clock? Me, my mama should have told me, don't go to the store around 12, go to the store at 1. Now the dog get used to seeing you walking. Now the dog don't come up and bother you no more. No more. As the grandchild, it don't come up and bother you no more because you're not out there when the dog is out there. You got to see, our grandparents played the game. Our parents should have studied the game, and we should have took over the game. And then last but not least, our kids should do the best thing ever. Walk away from the game. Walk away. Know when it, what I mean by that is our kids should walk away from the game. In other words, if you find out how the game, okay. So our grandparents, how did I put it? Our grandparents, what's the name of the game? Our grandparents played the game. Our parents watched the game. We took over the game. And now our grandkids should walk away from the game so there's no more games to be played. Because now we're about to play a new game on equal terms. You see what I'm saying? That's the generational wealth, that's the generational gem that we should drop. And that way we're paying homage to those who came before us. I walked away from the game because my granddaddy was stuck in this fucking game. My mother had to learn this fucking game. My father had to come in with his bare hands and change the game. So with that being said, I'm going to completely, my granddaddy had to come, my daddy had to come in and take over the game. Now I'm about to end the game and start a new game. You see what I'm saying? And do it all back over again. But I got all the knowledge that has been amassed and acquired from those past generations. So when we start this new game, it is on a completely different level because we are no longer the inferior. We are no longer superior. We are equals. We are equals going into this. That's a generational gem. Realizing that your granddaddy is not better than you. Your granddaddy was equal to you, but in a different situation.
Nah, I 1000% agree with that because and this is not again to bash anybody, but you know, over here at the Hood Academy, period, manifesto, or just any, whether it's me, Tay, Triller, it like any one of us, bro, we gonna always say what needs to be said. You know, I feel like that's important, you know, when doing what we do here. So, you know, I feel like our people are always in competition with each other, bro. Back in the day, bro, they stuck together, bro, because they ain't have no choice. Like the 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 terms and conditions as far as a black man specifically, but even a black woman, like the terms and conditions for even just walking outside, G, was way different than what they is now. So like they had to stick together. You ain't have no choice, bro. You ain't have no choice. These groups of, you feel me, whatever. Like we won't go there, but you know, we gonna have to go back to back and make sure we get up out of here as safely as we can. You feel me? So the terms and conditions was just way different. We had to stick together, bro. Now we're in competition with each other. We don't want to see the next person come up because we don't want them to be more popular than us. We don't want the next man to come up on a lump sum of money because we don't want somebody to be seeming like they're living better than us or got more money than us. Or and I know we don't live that way, but I'm saying that's what's going on with our people, bro, where we can't is you got certain people who are creating generational wealth for sure in our own way, whether it's gathering the knowledge so that like you said, our kids can basically conquer that shit and move on to something else. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I feel like that's what's holding us back, bro. One of the things we gotta get out of competition with each other. We gotta unify. If I meet this person who got their own business and drive this nice car and you know what I'm saying, got whatever going on, whatever these people chasing these days. You know what I'm saying? Whatever is a good life to you as an individual, you see that. Why not, try to soak up game from that instead of feeling like you need to be in competition and like envy somebody who's put in the work. Why not learn again? If I can't leave my son with nothing in this world, I got the knowledge to make sure that he don't have to go through half the shit I went through in life for that like 1,000%.
And I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. And the reason why I feel like everybody is like crabs in the barrel, especially when it comes to our generation, especially when it comes to our generation or it comes to our group of people, or better yet, just people in general, is because everybody wants to be first. This isn't a racial thing. It's a personal thing. People want to be the first one to say, I made it out of blank. You know what I mean? Whether it's I made it out of Rayford, I made it out of Fayetteville, I made it out of New York, I made it out of Texas. People want to be the first ones to say that so that they will forever be immortalized as the first one. But what they don't realize is there's two ways to get to immortality, and that is one way is to be the best at something. The other way is for your name to live on for eons, decades, centuries. Those are two ways to be immortalized. Being immortal does not mean being alive all the time. Being immortal means that it is impossible to forget you. And guess what? When your granddaddy owned those 13 acres, it was impossible to forget him. But when you sold that 13 acres, it is now possible to forget your granddaddy. It is now possible to lose that gem. It is now possible for that ego to set in. It is no longer about family pride because you have nothing to take pride in. Let's talk, let's talk about these fellas too, man. Let's talk about these fellas. Back in the day, our grandparents went out there. If they had a problem with somebody, they fought, or you know what I mean. They fought, and that was the end of it. People don't even want to fight no more because they don't even want to try to get to. They don't even want to try to understand anymore. They just want to eliminate before they investigate. You know what I mean? You just you kids out here just running fucking rampant on the whole notion of I want to be the first demon in my city. I want to be the for real. And they want to be the first demon in a city. They want to be the op slayer. They want to be, you know what I mean, the kick in kid. Like everybody want to be the first ones to be known in the street. And the thing is, our community values, our community values negative stigmas more than we value grandstanding stigmas. And in other words, people will throw a big ass party for Tyrone when he came home from selling drugs. He coming home in 2 days. He did an 18-year bid. Big ass party. Tyrone got bitches lined up. Niggas happy to see Tyrone when Tyrone get out. But if Eugene go to college, Eugene bitch getting fucked. Eugene mama ain't talking. She don't want to talk to him. You know what I mean? His siblings talking about he sound white. You see what I'm saying? Like those are the generational shits that we got to break. And all that stems from, once again, all that stems from the fact that you have an ego. You have a ego. But because you can't relate to somebody who family left them generational wealth or generational gems, now you're feeling intimidated and or bothered by this person. And you shouldn't feel that type of way. You shouldn't feel that type of way. How many times have we heard black people say, oh, you're not black because it is? My nigga, why the fuck does that make us black? Why can't going to college make us black? Why can't having good credit make us black? Why can't articulate yourself in an intelligent manner make you black? We think that because we don't speak any Ebonics, you're not black. We think that because you don't eat fried chicken, you're not black. Because you didn't see Friday, you're not black. Tell me how to see a Friday make my fucking life easier. It doesn't. But I tell you what though, if that's what makes you black, don't let me be black then. Don't let me be black. Because I'm gonna tell you what should make you black: the fact that your granddaddy owned those 13 acres and you did something with it. The fact that instead of selling those 13 acres, you sold 3 and bought 9 more acres. And those extra 10 acres that you still have from that 13, you put houses out there for your family. You see what I'm saying? Those are the generational gems that we don't talk about because it sounds so foreign to us because our grandparents and our parents and now even down to us, all of us are stuck in survival mode. We're like, oh, let us grind it out, let us grind it out, let us grind it out. Yeah, grind it out, but it takes some of that knowledge and pass it on while your kid is still young. You can't wait. You can't acquire knowledge and then wait till your kid get 18 and then drop all that knowledge on them. You can't do that. It's not fair to them. You're not giving them a fair shot because you're giving them it's like giving somebody a ring full of keys and not telling them which doors it open. You're just saying go out there and try it. Oh, by the way, you got about 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes. After that, these keys are going to start looking foreign to you. Now that kid got to find out, how do I formulate this data? How do I interpret this data? And now how do I execute this data in a way that it benefits me and I can do something? Only thing that be left to us, this is what's crazy. Only thing that's be left to us as far as generations go, only thing that be left to us is debt, memories, and worst of all, a feeling of emptiness. That is the worst part about it. It gets real empty when you think about generational shit because I can't recall a time where I asked my great grandmother for advice. I can't recall a time where I asked my granddaddy about how to fix a truck. I can't recall a time where I asked my grandmother how does she pay off her house. You know what I mean? Though we don't talk like that, but we can go up there and ask grandma, "Hey grandma, when you making some more pound cake?" Why the fuck does that matter? Hey grandma, I got something better for you. I got something better for you. Grandma, this is an LLC for your pound cake recipe. Now your pound cake has a company. Now we can start generating wealth. We did not sell it. We own the patent to your pound cake. We didn't sell the recipe to your pound cake. We own a patent for your pound cake. So now you can get out here and make as many pound cakes as you want, grandma, and you getting paid off of it. Just that simple. Granddaddy, if you got 13 acres, granddaddy, let's go get you a farming application. Turn this into farmland. Now anything that you grow and sell here is tax free. We don't pass that down. You know what we pass down? When you turn 18, you getting the fuck out of my house because I don't want to have to deal with this shit no more. That's what we pass down. And it's sad, bro. It's really sad. But that's just my take on it.
Nah, and I definitely agree, man. Like, I won't go too deep in on that. That'll be another conversation for another episode. But I'm definitely not an advocate for kicking your kids out when they're 18. Um, and that's just again because that's that's your offspring. That's a generation that's coming up under you. That you supposed to be getting ready for this real world. So um I don't know nobody who just had it all figured out, at 18 or even 21, shit, or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Really, really, man, like I said, that'll be another conversation for another episode. But I done seen a lot of generations out here still doing a lot of a lot of young people stuff. You know what I'm saying? So all I can say in the end, bro, it's up to us. It's up to us. Like, um, everybody's situation is not the same. So again, this is just a general statement, but just what we come from and what's been normalized, y'all. Um, our generation, I would say between like I would say anybody we'll just say anybody that's 20 years old and above. We uh we are at that point where we are the new adults, and most of us have kids. So looking back on how our parents and grandparents maneuvered through life, I do not see a lot of things being passed down. And again, I am not saying everybody, right? I am making a general statement.
Passed down in a positive manner.
Right. As far as like land, um, any type of tricks, any type of, and by tricks I mean like like you said, like learning how to fix a car, learning how to change the oil, learning how to fish, learning, just anything, y'all, anything. A lot of people are out here figuring it out as they go, even our parents. So what does that mean for us as the new adults? It is up to us to set the tone for how we want our future to look and how we want things to go. And we really have to look around and be honest with ourselves. If we too worried about being, in popularity contests, and everybody want to take trips and this and that, but you know we focused on just living a good life, but having memories, what is that gonna do for you in the end, family? And what is that gonna do for your kids? And then we see that, bro, we already been behind the ball game from jump. So if we don't pick the ball up and get it rolling soon, what is that gonna do for our kids? And what is that gonna look like in the future? Like, I want my people to really, think about that, and just really look at your life and see, like, at what point am I going to start focusing on, like you said, the legacy of your name? Because honestly, bro, like, I have a lot of women in my family. So it's up to me and my son, and like, the men basically to carry that name out and make sure that is something, you feel me? So like, that's just something I want all my people to think about, man. Like, at some point in time, man, we gonna have to, stop focusing so much on fun and start focusing on the fact that we need to get something going collectively as a people, as a bloodline, as a family, the same way that these other peoples is doing, or we really not gonna have nothing, bro.
You definitely said a mouthful. You said a mouthful, and it's not that we're not leaving anything, we're leaving the wrong things. We're leaving the wrong things when it comes to generational gems. Yes, we all know that a coal can come. I mean, a diamond comes from can come from a piece of coal. We all know that. But our grandparents have to be that fire. Our parents have to be that pressure. Only when you got the right amount of heat and the right amount of pressure can you make a diamond. That is the truth and nothing but. But even though you have a diamond, you have to understand that this diamond is precious. That is the grandchild. We are the diamond. We're the diamond. Our parents was the fire. Our grandparents were the pressure because they knew how much pressure it took to get to the next level. Our parents knew how much fire it took, how hot it has to get before shit is really set in place. And we should be that product, that finished product that says this is what my grandfather and my dad instilled in me. I'm a diamond because my father was the fire, and my granddad was the pressure. That's how it should be. And our kids should be the wealth that comes after what that diamond is worth. You see what I'm saying? Like, and we gotta stop black folk. As a matter of fact, this whole generation, one thing we really have to stop, you guys, we got to stop making it seem as though we're victims. You can't be a victim and an assailant at the same time. So when you acknowledge that you're an assailant, that's when you can become rehabilitated to the best of your abilities. But if you are a victim, do not succumb to the title of a victim. Which one would you rather be called? A victim or an overcomer? You see what I'm saying? Like, I overcame my stigmas. I overcame my trials, my tribulations, my grievances, my challenges, my obstacles. I overcame all of that shit. I did not. I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim of generational gems not being passed down. I am a victim of not knowing that I am a victim. You see what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. we they always say people perish from lack of knowledge, but we hear it, but we see it going on right in front of us. There's so many young kids in the damn dirt right now laying cold because they didn't have the knowledge to know that just because you lose a fight don't mean that your life is over. You know what makes you pull out a gun at 17 years old? Ego, fear. Ego and fear. I don't want to take an ass whooping on this camera. So I'm going to shoot this nigga on camera. That is wild. Look, young ladies. I don't want to be known as the girl. I don't want to be known as the girl who who don't put out. So I'm gonna shake my ass on camera and let people call me all types of sluts and all this shit. But then I turn around and tell them I'm a lady. Bro, we got to like I said, you can't be victim and assailant. You got to pick a role and then you got to find out where that role leads you. Me, I'm not an assailant. I don't go out here and damage my community. And I'm saying this because me and TPG was talking, and when I tell you Hood Academy 910, we have projects lined up that are going to be beautiful for the community. We mean that. It is important to pour back into your people because even if you just pour a drop into somebody, that drop might quench their thirst. We have to think about that generational wise. What does the next generation need from us? That's what we have to think about. We can't think about, well, fuck them little niggas. They gonna have to get out their own like out the mud like I did. Bro, we can't be like that. We can't be like that, G. We can't be like that.
Nah, for sure. We can't definitely like nah. And that's why I had to keep like if y'all don't take nothing from this segment, y'all definitely make sure that you pay attention that our kids are the future. And again, everybody's situation is different. We come from different homes and different setups and stuff. So like I said, this is just a general observation from the average person in our communities where we from. You feel me? It's not, a lot of good generational things going on, y'all. So, you know, we have to make sure that us as the adults in this generation, bro, everything that's going on, we are the change. If you don't take nothing from this episode, y'all, we are the change. This generation right now, 20 and above, will just say, just a quick little sample. Like we are the generation that's the change for the future of our kids and their kids. So if you don't like what certain things look like right now, then it's really up to us to make sure that we change that. So, Tay, you got anything, any last words that you want to give to people before we get up out of here tonight?
Yeah, I got one. I got one. I guess this is the gem that I'm gonna drop, man. Please understand that we have been given a golden opportunity. This is me. I guess this is me pleading to my generation. Please understand that we've been given a golden opportunity to make something better for the next generation. Understand that we are not in no way, shape, form, or fashion better than each other. Because at the end of the day, we could all lose it all, and probably don't even know if we're gonna strike back harder. So what I'm saying is, if we're the generation that's next up, let's take time to hear the next generation. Let's take time to talk to the next generation. Let's take time to try to understand the next generation. And I'm not just saying this on a level of, oh well, just hear them out and then we're gonna do what the fuck we want to do. No, what I'm saying is, in order for us to truly build this bridge and have it stand strong, we all have a part to play. Not everybody can do the ropes. Not everybody can do the drawbridge. Not everybody can do the labor work. Everybody has a part to play. So we all need to find out, our generation. We all need to find out, what can we give to the next generation that's going to help them uproot themselves. Because before any type of seed sprouts, it is under soil. So with that being said, we have to find out whether our job is to water the seed, whether our job is to put sunlight on the seed, or whether our job is just to watch the seed grow. Either way it go, we all have a part to play. So I am thoroughly and sorely asking you guys, what's wrong with stepping up? That's all I got to say.
And I agree. And y'all, hey, I can't put it no other type of way. Cause, step up and let's get the ball rolling, man. There's nothing else to be said after that. You feel me? Um, peace, love, and light. This is Manifesto here at the Hood Academy 910, man. And we will be episode real soon. So stay in tune, tell a family member and show some love, man. And we gon', you already know what to do.